Beloved, I welcome you to the part 2 of the reality of Adam and Eve creation, Prophet R33. I got you on this. The Anunnaki geneticists understood that the foundation of sexual reproduction and, the diversity it brings lies within the chromosomes. In their advanced science, they knew that the female form was the original template for life. The evidence for this was encoded directly into the chromosomal structure. The female chromosome, represented as XX, is a complete and perfect symbol. The letter X itself represents a crossroads, a point of creation and multiplication. It is a stable, self-contained, and whole structure. When you have two of them, XX, you have a complete and balanced genetic blueprint for creating life. The female is, by her very nature, genetically whole and self-sufficient in this regard. The male chromosome, Y, tells a different story. Genetically, the Y chromosome is an incomplete X. If you look at its shape, it appears as if a piece of the X has been broken off. This is not an accident. It is a profound statement about the roles of the masculine and feminine in creation. The male was designed from the female template. The Y chromosome was engineered by the Anunnaki by removing a leg from one of the X chromosomes. This was done to create a biological counterpart, a being that could contribute genetic material but could not create life on its own. The male, therefore, is a variation of the original female form, designed to complement and activate the creative potential of the female. This is the hidden meaning behind the story of Adam's rib. The biblical tale is an allegory for a genetic procedure. Mom Ninti, the lady of the rib, did not take a physical bone from Adam to create Eve. Instead, the story describes the reverse. However, in creating Eve, the blood from the rib bone of Adam was mixed with the embryo of a Homo erectus. Adam has the essence of Mom Ninti, and Eve has the essence of Adam. The original template was female Mom Ninti, XX. To create the male Adam, XY, they took from the female's genetic wholeness. The rib is a metaphor for the genetic material that was removed from the X chromosome to create the Y. Therefore, Adam was, in a genetic sense, born from Mom Ninti's template. The male was created from the female's blueprint, not the other way around. This truth has been inverted in our patriarchal stories for millennia. The 20 chromosome is 720 degrees not maimed and is perfect. 90 degrees on each angle of the X will sum up to 360 degrees. Multiply by 2 will sum up to 720 degrees. 720 degrees is the fifth dimension. The woman has fifth dimension essence. That is why women are gods and creator of humans on planet Earth. The XY chromosome is 630 degrees and Y is a defect of X or an incomplete X. 90 degrees on each angle of the X will sum up to 360 degrees and 90 degrees on each angle of the Y will sum up to 270 degrees. The total sum is 600.
Beyond the chromosomal story of XX and XY lies another profound genetic truth that places the feminine at the heart of creation. This truth is found in our mitochondrial DNA, or mtDNA. While nuclear DNA, which contains our chromosomes, is a mix of both parents, mitochondrial DNA is passed down exclusively from the mother to her children. Mitochondria are the tiny powerhouses within our cells, converting food into energy. They exist outside the cell's nucleus and have their own separate DNA. Because this mtDNA is passed on only through the maternal line, it creates an unbroken chain of heritage that stretches back to the very first human female. This genetic lineage leads us to a single common ancestor for all living humans, a figure scientists have named Mitochondrial Eve. Now, she was not the only woman alive at the time, but she is the only one whose direct maternal lineage has continued unbroken to the present day. In the context of our cosmic story, this mitochondrial Eve was Tiamat, the first perfected female human created by Enki and Mom Ninti. Every single person on Earth today, male or female, carries her mitochondrial legacy within their cells. It is a direct, physical link to our Anunnaki creators and to the sacred feminine principle that birthed our species. It is, truly, the eternal flame of life, passed from mother to child through countless generations. This sacred inheritance makes women the original creators and the true keepers of humanity's life force. The womb is not just a physical organ, it is a sacred vessel, a biological portal where the divine spark of consciousness takes on physical form. It is the alchemical chamber where genetic codes from the mother and father are woven together, and where the soul enters the body. The woman's body is a living temple of creation. She carries the memory of the cosmos in her mitochondrial DNA and has the unique ability to bring forth new life, continuing the sacred chain that began with our first mother on that distant Martian laboratory. This understanding elevates the role of the feminine from a secondary, supportive role to its rightful place as the primary source of life itself. The Anunnaki knew this. They revered the creative power of the divine feminine, which is why Mom Ninti, the lady who gives life, was so central to the Nun Project. The legacy of Mitochondrial Eve is a reminder that all of humanity is one family, descended from a single great-great-grandmother. It is a biological testament to our shared origin and our deep connection to the life-giving power of the universe, a power embodied most perfectly in the divine feminine. The 9-month period of human pregnancy is far more than a biological process. It is a sacred journey, a microcosm of the soul's journey through the 9 dimensions of the omniverse. Each month of gestation corresponds to the developing fetus integrating one of these dimensional layers, building its physical and energetic bodies in a precise and, well, holy sequence. This is why the number 9 is so deeply embedded in our creation story. The 9 months of pregnancy are a reflection of the 9 dimensions of reality and the 9 celestial bodies that architected our universe. It is a period of cosmic construction where a soul prepares for its life on Earth. In the first month, the soul anchors itself into the first dimension, the point of existence, and begins to form the most basic cellular structures. In the second month, it expands into the second dimension, the line of duality, establishing the body's fundamental axis and bilateral symmetry. In the third month, the fetus fully enters the third dimension, developing volume, form, and the complex organs that will allow it to interact with the physical world. By the end of the first trimester, the physical vessel is largely complete, a perfect miniature human being, ready to be infused with the higher energies of the other dimensions. This initial phase grounds the spirit in matter. The second trimester is a journey through the more subtle, non-physical dimensions. In the fourth month, the fetus integrates the dimension of time, establishing its own biological rhythms, the heartbeat, the sleep cycles, and connecting to the linear flow of time it will experience after birth. In the fifth month, it connects to the dimension of thought and consciousness, the realm of the mind. In the sixth month, it integrates the dimension of sacred geometry, embedding the divine patterns of life into its cellular structure. This is when the fetus becomes attuned to the music of the spheres, the underlying harmony of the cosmos, preparing its consciousness for a life of awareness and connection. In the final trimester, the baby connects with the highest spiritual dimensions. The seventh month brings an attunement to the dimension of sound and vibration, as the baby begins to clearly hear the sounds of the outside world and the mother's voice. The eighth month is the integration of the dimension of pure light, infusing the developing consciousness with spiritual light and purpose. Finally, in the ninth month, the baby connects to the ninth dimension, the source of all things, the realm of pure spirit. It is a moment of completion, where the soul is fully integrated into its physical vessel, ready to be born. The 9-month journey is complete, and a new cosmic being is ready to begin its earthly adventure. Beloved, I came your way to give you the reality of the creation of Adam and Eve, looking through the chromosomes, the mitochondrial DNA, and pregnancy. Thanks for your time, and come back for more.